you mentioned Bobby Fischer and how certain problems arose later in his career. Do you think it was chess that broke him? Do you think chess is such a grueling sport that you have to dive so deep mentally, especially at the time when he did it, when there were no engines as well and barely any literature on chess, that he had to really go and invent it in a way? Do you think that's what broke him, or is it something else altogether?
Yeah, that's a fascinating question. And I've been lucky enough to interview some of the most prominent Bobby Fischer biographers, Frank Beatty, who wrote Profile of a Prodigy and Endgame, and International Master John Donaldson, who's written a couple biographies. And all we can say for sure is that there were certainly some preconditions for some difficulties for Fischer. There was a history of mental illness in his family. He also had a pretty difficult childhood. I mean, he grew up without much money, without a father figure in his life, and was pretty much left to fend for himself. His mom, by most accounts, meant well, but she wasn't around that much, and chess became sort of like his family. I mean, he ended up making some friends within the New York City chess community, but he didn't necessarily have a solid support network, and chess became kind of like his social escape in addition to the game that he excelled at. So it's a tough one to parse, but I would say that the conditions for mental health struggles were already there. And chess may have accelerated them, but they may have not, because he was when he became world champion and then refused to defend his title because they couldn't come to an agreement on the conditions of the match. He was considered eccentric, but he only went off the deep end when he wasn't playing chess. So, there's a famous saying like, does chess keep, I'm probably going to butcher this, but does chess does it keep crazy people sane or make sane people crazy? Something like that. And that's sort of the question that it gets down to.
What's your answer?
With Fischer, I think this is a cop-out, but I think it's a case-by-case basis. But you do see people who, and some people have speculated that Fischer was on the spectrum. I asked Frank Brady about that when I got to interview him, and he said that there wasn't much evidence to support that, but you have seen people who might be on the spectrum for whom chess seems to be a productive activity, a good place to apply their intellect. And there were elements of Fischer's personality where he was quite obsessive and singularly focused, where anecdotally, certainly if you look at it, when he was playing competitive chess, again, he was eccentric, but not crazy. And then later he went, air quotes, crazy.